The day before the wedding, I personally saw my fiancé, Daniel, walk into the county's office, holding Chloe, his idealized love. Grace, I'm sorry. Daniel's eyes held no trace of guilt, only relief. I smiled. Don't apologize. I wish you both a long and happy life together. The moment I turned, a deep voice sounded behind me. Do you need help? I turned back and saw the legendary business magnate, Marcus, Daniel's uncle. The moment Daniel walked out of the county's office, holding Chloe, my cell phone rang. Grace, there's a problem with the flower girls' dresses for the wedding. Could you come take a look? It was the wedding planner calling. I looked at the scene before me and found it incredibly ironic. Tomorrow was supposed to be Daniel's and my wedding, yet today he had registered his marriage with another woman. When saw me, his expression instantly changed. Chloe was still clinging to his arm, a sweet smile lingering on her face. Grace, what are you doing here? Daniel's voice was tinged with panic. Just a coincidence, I said calmly. Congratulations. Chloe only then noticed me, her hand unconsciously loosening its grip on Daniel's arm. Daniel, who is this? I'm his fiancé, I introduced myself. Oh, wait, I should say ex-fiancé. Daniel's face grew even darker. Grace, let's find somewhere to talk. There's nothing to discuss, I shook my head. Since you two are already married, our engagement is naturally dissolved. Chloe stood awkwardly to the side. She probably hadn't expected to run into me under these circumstances. Grace, Daniel started to say something, but I cut him off. Daniel, we've known each other for 7 years, and you've never been so decisive. It seems Chloe is truly important to you. Daniel fell silent. I continued, since you're in love, I'll grant you my blessing. With that, I turned to leave. Daniel suddenly grabbed my wrist. Grace, I'm sorry. I stopped and looked back at him. Daniel, you should have told me you were sorry before making this decision, not let me find out about all of this at the county's office in trance. Chloe finally spoke. Ms. Grace, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I shouldn't have. You did nothing wrong, I interrupted her. Love is a mutual thing. Since chose you, it means you're a better fit. I looked at Daniel. I'm just curious, why did you choose to do this the day before our wedding? Was it supposed to be a surprise for me, or did you just want to humiliate me? He opened his mouth, but no words came out. Suddenly, I felt exhausted. I had loved this man for 7 years, only for him to be unable to give me even a decent explanation. Never mind, no need for explanations. I pulled my hand away from his. Daniel, from today on, we have nothing to do with each other. With that, I walked away without looking back. As I walked out of the county's office, my tears finally couldn't be held back. 7 years, my entire youth, given to this man, only to end up with this result. I took out my cell phone and called the wedding planner back. Cancel tomorrow's wedding. I'll cover all the costs. After hanging up, I stood by the roadside for a long time. Just then, a black Rolls-Royce pulled up in front of me. The window slowly rolled down, revealing a handsome face. Do you need help? I looked up. The man looked familiar, but I couldn't recall where I'd seen him. Thank you, but no, I politely declined. The man got out of the car and walked towards me. You're Grace, aren't you? I was stunned. You know me? I'm Marcus, he extended his hand. Daniel's uncle. My eyes widened. Marcus, the legendary figure of the Song family, had become CEO of Hayes at just 28 years old, a business legend. I had seen his photos, but he had an even more commanding presence in person. Mr. Marcus, I said, somewhat awkwardly extending my hand. His hand was large and warm. When he gripped mine, I felt a strange sense of security. I saw what happened at the county's office just now, he said calmly. Do you need a ride home? I shook my head. No need to trouble you. Then at least let me buy you a cup of coffee, he said. You shouldn't be alone right now. I wanted to refuse, but seeing the concern in his eyes, the words caught in my throat. Perhaps I really did need someone to be with me. Okay, thank you. Marcus took me to a nearby coffee shop I'd never been to before. Its decor was understated but exuded luxury in every detail. What would you like to drink? He asked. Anything, I replied absently. He ordered 2 lattes, then quietly watched me. Cry if you need to. Holding it in isn't good for you. That sentence was the straw that broke the camel's back. I couldn't hold it in any longer, and tears streamed down my face. I'm sorry you had to see that, I apologized, crying. It's all right, he handed me a packet of tissues. Daniel has always been like this, acting without considering the consequences or others' feelings. I stopped crying and looked up at him. You're not defending him? Why should I defend him? Marcus retorted. He was wrong, plain and simple. I won't twist the truth just because he's my nephew. I was a little surprised. In my impression, the Song family was always protective of their own. Then are you here to apologize on his behalf? No, he shook his head. I want to ask you, what are your plans now? I paused. What do you mean? Tomorrow's wedding is cancelled. You can't just do nothing, can you? I gave a bitter laugh. What can I do? Cry? Make threats? Or try to ruin their marriage? None of those. A hint of admiration flashed in Marcus's eyes. You can live your best life and make them regret it. Marcus's words made me fall into deep thought. Live my best life and make them regret it. Easier said than done. Mr. Marcus, why are you helping me? I asked. Who said I was helping you? He took a sip of coffee. Perhaps I just don't approve of Daniel's actions. I carefully observed man. His features were defined, his eyes deep, and his entire being exuded the charm of a mature man. Completely different from Daniel's boyish handsomeness. What are you looking at? He suddenly asked. I blushed slightly. Nothing. Grace, let me ask you a question. He put down his coffee cup. Do you love Daniel? The question stunned me. I thought I loved him, but today, seeing him with Chloe, all I felt was anger and a sense of betrayal, not really a heart-wrenching pain. I don't know, I answered honestly. Maybe I did once, but now you're just feeling resentful. Marcus finished my thought for me. 7 years of affection, 7 years of your youth, all betrayed like this. Anyone would feel resentful. He was right. I genuinely couldn't accept it. I couldn't accept that my sincerity had been trampled upon, couldn't accept being abandoned like a joke. So what should I do? I asked. Prove him wrong. A hint of cunning flashed in Marcus's eyes. Prove that losing you was the biggest mistake of his life. My heart stirred. Do you have any suggestions? Marry me. He said this in a calm tone, as if remarking on the nice weather. I nearly choked on my coffee. What? Marry me, he repeated. I need a wife, and you need a new identity. We can both get what we need. My eyes widened. Mr. Marcus, are you joking? I never joke. His expression was serious, especially about marriage. But we just met. So what? Marcus interrupted me. You and Daniel knew each other for 7 years. What did that get you? The length of time doesn't mean anything. What matters is compatibility. His logic confused me. Are we compatible? What do you think? He countered. You need an identity that will make Daniel regret his choice, and I need a wife who can handle various social occasions. If that's not compatibility, what is? But a marriage without love. Who says there's no love? Marcus suddenly smiled. Love can be cultivated over time, but opportunities, once missed, are gone forever. My heart pounded quickly. I didn't know if it was from nervousness or excitement. Marry? The idea was insane. But if I married Marcus, what expression would Daniel have? His uncle, a man more successful and charming than him. I need time to think about it, I said. Of course, Marcus nodded gallantly. But don't take too long. Some opportunities don't wait. With that, he stood up. I'll take you home first. If you make up your mind tomorrow, you can call me. He pulled out a business card and handed it to me. I took the card. It simply read, Marcus, CEO of Hayes. On the way home, I kept thinking about Marcus's words. Marrying him, was it really a good idea? Back home, I looked at the wedding dress and decorations filling the room, my emotions complicated. These were all prepared for tomorrow's wedding, but now they were a cruel joke. I picked up my cell phone, intending to call Daniel, but dialed out then hung up. Never mind, what was there to say? Just then, the doorbell rang. I went to open the door and found it was Chloe. She was wearing a white dress, holding a bouquet of flowers, and looked very nervous. Miss Grace, I apologize for intruding, she said. I'd like to talk to you. Come in. I stepped aside from the door. Though I don't think we have anything to discuss. Chloe walked into the living room, and her expression became uncomfortable when she saw the wedding supplies. Miss Grace, I'm sorry. She suddenly bowed to me. I was the one who ruined your relationship. I looked at her coldly. So? You're here to apologize to me? I'm here to tell you the truth. Chloe looked up, tears in her eyes. Daniel doesn't love me. Her words stunned me. What do you mean? He married me only out of guilt. Chloe's voice trembled slightly. 3 years ago, I was in a car accident, and Daniel saved me. I lost a leg in my dream of dancing. Daniel felt responsible, so he's been taking care of me ever since. I frowned. What does that have to do with your marriage? Last night, I told him I was going abroad and might never come back. Chloe's tears fell. He suddenly said he wanted to marry me, saying he couldn't let me suffer alone. My heart gave a sudden leap. You mean, he married you to compensate you? Yes, Chloe nodded. He still loves you in his heart, but he felt he owed me, so he married you? I sneered. Chloe, do you really think I'd believe such nonsense? I'm not lying. Chloe insisted, agitated. If you don't believe me, ask him yourself. Why would I ask him? I stood up. Chloe, regardless of why he married you, the fact is he chose you and abandoned me. That's all I need to know. Chloe was stunned. You're not going to forgive him? Forgive? I found it laughable. He married another woman the day before our wedding. Do you think something like that can be forgiven? Chloe was speechless after my words. Go back and tell Daniel to cherish you. I dismissed her. As for me, he doesn't need to worry. I'll be fine. After left, I sat on the sofa, lost in thought. Daniel married Chloe out of guilt? If that were true, he must be in a lot of pain now. But what did that have to do with me? His choices, his pain, they were all his own making. I picked up Marcus's business card, hesitated for a long time, but finally dialed his number. I've thought it over, I said. When do we get married? Marcus worked quickly. The next day, he had his lawyer draft a prenuptial agreement. We arranged to meet at his office. The corporation building was imposing, and the CEO's office on the top floor was breathtakingly luxurious. Have you reviewed the agreement? Marcus asked. I nodded. The agreement was simple, outlining terms for asset division and mutual responsibilities. Any concerns? No, I said. However, I do have one condition. In this marriage, I don't want any third-party interference. I looked him directly in the eyes. Neither you nor I can betray the other. Marco smiled. It seems you're quite principled when it comes to marriage. Yes, I said seriously. I don't want to go through the pain of betrayal again. Then rest assured, Marcus stood up and walked over to me. Marcus, keep my word. Since I've married you, I will absolutely not touch another woman. His words were convincing, giving me an inexplicable sense of peace. Then when do we go to get our marriage license? I asked. Now. I paused. Now? Is there a problem? Marcus had already picked up his jacket. Anyway, your wedding supplies are all ready. We can just use those. But, Grace, he suddenly called out to me. Are you having second thoughts? I shook my head. No. Then let's go. On the way to the county's office, my emotions were complicated. Yesterday, I was Daniel's fiancée. Today, I was about to become Marcus's wife. Such a transformation felt incredible even to me. Nervous? Marcus asked. A little, I admitted. It's all right, I'm nervous too. His words surprised me. You get nervous too? Of course, Marcus smiled. This is my first time getting married. Me too, I whispered. Then let's be nervous together. His humor relaxed me considerably. At the county's office, we quickly completed the paperwork. Looking at the red marriage license in my hand, I still felt a sense of unreality. I really married Marcus? Mrs. Marcus, Marcus suddenly called me. What? I looked up at him. From now on, you are Mrs. Marcus, he said. Get used to the name, Mrs. Marcus. The name sounded rather nice. So, Mr. Marcus, where are we going now? I asked. Home, he said. Your new home. Marcus's home was a standalone villa, situated in a prime location downtown. The house was large, elegantly decorated, and every detail showed the owner's thoughtful touch. This will be your home from now on, Marcus said. If there's anything you want to change, just let me know anytime. No need, I shook my head. It's perfect here. Marcus gave me a tour of the entire house, finally leading me to the master bedroom. This is our room, he said. My face flushed slightly. We sleep in one room? Of course, Marcus said matter-of-factly. We're married. But we just met. Grace, he suddenly became serious. Since you've decided to marry, you should be prepared to be a wife. I bit my lip. I know. But rest assured, Marcus's tone softened a little. I won't force you into anything you're uncomfortable with. His words made me breathe a sigh of relief. Tonight, we'll have dinner together, and then I'll introduce you to some friends, Marcus said. Starting tomorrow, you'll be appearing at various events as Mrs. Marcus, so you'll need to get acquainted with the role. I nodded, feeling a little anxious. The identity of Mrs. Marcus meant responsibilities and obligations. Could I handle it? That evening, Marcus took me to an upscale restaurant. Several people were already seated in the private room. They all appeared to be business elites. Allow me to introduce everyone, Marcus said, holding my hand. This is my wife, Grace. Everyone seemed a little surprised, clearly not expecting Marcus to suddenly get married. Mr. Marcus, your discretion is truly impressive, one person said with a laugh. When was the wedding? Why didn't you inform us? No wedding, Marcus said calmly. Just registered. How can that be? Another person said. Mr. Marcus, getting married is a big deal. How can you not have a wedding? That's right, you must have a proper celebration. Marcus glanced at me. It depends on Grace's wishes. All eyes turned to me, and I felt a little nervous. I don't mind, I said. I'll go with Mr. Marcus's plans. Mrs. Marcus is truly thoughtful, someone praised. Throughout the entire meal, I barely spoke, just quietly listened to them chat. These people were elites from various industries, and their topics of conversation were quite sophisticated. I couldn't get a word in. How was it? Marcus asked me on th. You way home. Are you adapting? It was all right, I said. I just feel a bit pressured. Take your time, there's no rush, Marcus reassured me. You did very well. Back home, we both got ready for bed. As I lay in bed, I suddenly realized something. Marcus and I were really going to sleep in the same bed? Even though it was a very large bed, it still made me nervous. Can't sleep? Marcus's voice echoed in the darkness. I admitted. What are you thinking about? Everything that happened today, I said. It feels like a dream. It certainly feels like a dream, Marcus also said. But since you've made your choice, don't regret it. I won't regret it, I said firmly. That's good. After a moment of silence, I suddenly asked, Mr. Marcus, why did you marry me? I told you, I needed a wife. Is it that simple? It's that simple, Marcus's voice was calm. Grace, don't overthink it. Some things aren't that complicated. I didn't ask any more questions. Perhaps he was right. Some things truly weren't that complicated. We both got what we needed, and that was enough. But for some reason, I couldn't shake the feeling that things weren't that simple. Why did Marcus appear at that precise moment? Why did he help me? Why did he marry me? Perhaps only time would give me the answers to these questions. The next morning, I was woken by the ringing of the telephone. Marcus was already up and on the phone on the balcony. I checked the time, it was only 7 o'clock. A truly successful person, always an early riser. After getting ready, I went downstairs for breakfast. A lavish breakfast was already laid out on the table, and Marcus sat there, reading the newspaper. Good morning, I greeted. Good morning, he put down his newspaper. What are your plans for today? None, I shook my head. Today was supposed to be the first day of our honeymoon. Marcus glanced at me. And now? Are you interested in going on a honeymoon? We're going on a honeymoon too? I was surprised. Why not? Marcus said matter-of-factly. We're married. But. No buts, he interrupted me. This afternoon, I'll have my secretary book our flights. We're going to the Maldives. That was my dream vacation destination. When I was with Daniel, we had also planned to go to the Maldives, but it never happened. I never imagined this dream would come true in such a way. You don't have to go to such trouble, I said. It's no trouble, Marcus stood up. I'll go to the office to handle a few things, then pick you up this afternoon. With that, he lightly kissed my cheek. I froze. It was our first kiss, and though it was just a light touch, it still made my face flush and my heart pound. I'm leaving, Marcus picked up his briefcase. Call me if you need anything. After he left, I sat alone in the dining room, lost in thought. This feeling of being cared for, I hadn't experienced it in a long time. When I was with Daniel, he was always busy and rarely had time for me. On the contrary, I was the one who took care of his life, almost like a nanny. Thinking back now, I realized I had given too much and received too little in that relationship. As I was thinking, the doorbell rang. I went to open the door and found it was Daniel. He looked haggard, his eyes red, as if he hadn't slept all night. Grace, his voice was hoarse. Let's talk. I don't think we have anything to discuss, I said, not letting him in. Grace, I know I was wrong. Daniel's eyes welled up with tears. I shouldn't have hurt you like that. Wrong? I sneered. Daniel, you're a married man now. Is it appropriate to come to another woman's home to apologize? Daniel was choked by my words. Besides, I continued, I'm married now too. Daniel froze. What? I held out my left hand, letting him see the ring on my finger. Impossible. Daniel exclaimed, agitated. How could you get married so quickly? Why not? I countered. You could marry someone else the day before our wedding. So why can't I? Who did you marry? Daniel's voice trembled slightly. Does it concern you? I said calmly. Daniel, we're over. Please don't harass me anymore. With that, I moved to close the door. Daniel suddenly put his hand against the door. Grace, I beg you, give me a chance. A chance? I found it laughable. Daniel, do you really think there's still a chance for us? Yes, there is, he said agitatedly. I can get a divorce. I can divorce Chloe. And then what? Get back together with me? I shook my head. Daniel, do you think I'd want a man who has already broken his vows and chosen another? My words clearly stung him deeply. Grace. Enough, I cut him off. Daniel, just leave. Don't make me look down on you even more. Daniel stood at the doorway, reluctant to leave for a long time. Grace, tell me, who did you marry? I was about to answer when Marcus's voice suddenly rang out behind me. She married me. I turned around and saw Marcus, who had returned at some point, standing right behind me. When saw Marcus, his face instantly turned ashen. Uncle? He stared at Marcus in disbelief. You and Grace. We just got our marriage license yesterday. Marcus walked to my side and naturally put his arm around my waist. Is there a problem? Daniel's face grew uglier and uglier. Uncle, what is the meaning of this? What's the meaning? Marcus countered. I married a woman I like. Is there a problem with that? But she was Your what? Marcus cut him off. Your ex-girlfriend? But as far as I know, you just married someone else yesterday. Daniel was speechless, choked by his words. Daniel, Marcus's tone became serious. Grace is my wife now. I expect you to keep your distance. Daniel looked at me, then at Marcus, and finally, without a word, turned and left. Watching his dejected figure walk away, I felt a mix of emotions. Are you all right? Marcus asked, concerned. I'm fine, I shook my head. Why are you back? Forgot some documents, Ma. Cuss said. Didn't expect to walk into this situation. Thank you, I said sincerely. What for? Marcus smiled. I'm your husband. Protecting you is what I'm supposed to do. His words warmed my heart. This feeling of being protected, it was truly wonderful. Let's go, Marcus said. We need to pack for the afternoon flight. So soon? Not soon, Marcus looked at me. I just think we need a real beginning. I understood what he meant. Leaving here, leaving behind these entanglements, only then could we truly start a new life. Okay, I nodded. I'll go pack. The sea in the Maldives was blue, the beaches white, everything was as beautiful as a postcard. Marcus and I stayed in a water villa. Opening the window revealed an endless ocean view. Do you like it? Marcus asked. It's beautiful, I genuinely praised. Then let's stay a few more days. Won't it interfere with your work? I asked, a little worried. No, Marcus shook his head. No work, no matter how important, is more important than my wife. His words made me blush slightly. Although I knew it might just be a polite remark, it still put me in a good mood. I'm going to change into my swimsuit, I said. Okay. When I came out in my swimsuit, I saw Marcus standing on the balcony, talking on the phone. He was wearing shorts and a shirt, revealing his muscular arms, and looked very masculine. I understand, he said. Proceed as planned for now, and contact me if there are any issues. He hung up the phone and turned around. When he saw my swimsuit, a hint of surprise flashed in his eyes. Very beautiful, he said. I felt a little self-conscious. It was my first time wearing so little in front of him. Let's go for a swim, I said. Okay. The seawater was warm. We swam for a while, then lay on lounge chairs, sunbathing. Grace, Marcus suddenly called me. Yes? Do you have any dreams? Dreams? I thought for a moment. I used to want to open a flower shop, but later I realized it wasn't very realistic. Why wasn't it realistic? It requires a lot of capital, and I don't have any experience, I said. Besides, Daniel didn't support it. And now? Marcus asked. Do you still want to open one? I don't know, I said honestly. My life is completely different now, and I'm still adjusting. If you want to open one, I can support you, Marcus said. Really? I was surprised. Of course, he nodded. Whatever Marcus wants to do, Mr. Marcus will support it. His words warmed my heart. Daniel had never supported my dreams. He always felt that women should prioritize family. Thank you, I said sincerely. Don't mention it, Marcus smiled. We're married. Married. Hearing that word from him made it feel very real. Although our marriage was a spontaneous decision, at least for now, we were a family. That evening, we had dinner at a restaurant by the sea. A candlelight dinner, very romantic. Mr. Marcus, I raised my glass. Thank you for bringing me here. You're welcome. Marcus also raised his glass. To our new beginning. To a new beginning. We clinked glasses and drained them. The alcohol made me slightly tipsy and helped me relax considerably. Mr. Marcus, have you ever been in love before? I asked, curious. Yes, I have, he answered frankly. What kind of person? A very ordinary girl, Marcus thought for a moment. We were together in college, then broke up for various reasons. Are you still in touch? No, he shook his head. When a relationship ends, it ends. There's no need to drag things out. I nodded. I completely agreed with that. What about you? Marcus asked. Besides, have you dated anyone else? No, I shook my head. He was my first love, and my only one. So how do you feel now? A complex emotion flickered in Marcus's eyes. Being with me. I thought carefully. At peace. At peace? I nodded. With you, I feel very secure. I don't have to worry about being abandoned, or about being hurt. Marcus smiled. That's good. What about you? I asked him. How do you feel being with me? Comfortable, he said. You don't make a scene or have too many demands, unlike some other women. Sounds like I'm very easy to please, I joked. You are indeed easy to please, Marcus said seriously. I'm very glad I married you. My face flushed again. Even though I knew he might just be saying it politely, it still made my heart race. Back in the room, we each took a shower. When it was my turn, I soaked in the bath for a long time. The warm water relaxed my whole body and brought back many memories. If hadn't betrayed me, I should be on my honeymoon with him right now. But instead, I was on my honeymoon with another man. Life truly was strange. When I came out after my shower, I saw Marcus sitting on the bed, reading a book. He was wearing a robe, his hair still slightly damp, and looked very attractive. Done showering? He asked. I nodded, feeling a little awkward. Although we had already slept in the same bed for a night, it still made me nervous. Come here, Marcus put down his book and patted the spot next to him. I walked over and carefully sat on the edge of the bed. Grace, he suddenly called me. Yes? Shall we try being a real husband and wife? His words stunned me. A real husband and wife? I understood what he meant. I didn't know how to answer. If you're not ready, I won't force you, Marcus said gallantly. But I think, since we're married, we should try to accept each other. My heart pounded quickly. Did I have feelings for Marcus? To say no would be a lie. He was mature, steady, and charismatic. Any woman would be attracted to him. But from having feelings to physical intimacy, that was a huge leap. I need time, I said. Of course, Marcus nodded. I can wait. Thank you for understanding. Don't mention it, he smiled. We have plenty of time. Although nothing happened, I still couldn't sleep that night. Lying next to Marcus, listening to his steady brayati. I thought a lot. How long would our marriage last? Could we truly fall in love with each other? These questions had no answers. But I knew that, at least for now, my choice was the right one. On the third day in Maldives, I received an unexpected phone call. It was from my college roommate, Olivia. Grace, you got married? Her voice was excited. I just saw your social media post. Why didn't you tell us? Social media post? I remembered. Yesterday, Marcus had posted a photo of us by the sea with the caption honeymoon. It was a last-minute decision, I said. Didn't have time to tell everyone. Last-minute decision? Olivia was clearly curious. Weren't you supposed to marry Daniel? How did you suddenly switch partners? I hesitated but decided to tell her the truth. Daniel and I broke up. Broke up? When did that happen? The day before the wedding. Olivia gasped. What? The day before the wedding? What happened? I briefly told her what had transpired. That's outrageous, Olivia said indignantly. How could Daniel treat you like that? It's okay, it's all in the past, I said. So, who's your husband now? The photo shows a really handsome guy. Marcus. Marcus? Olivia's voice suddenly rose. Marcus of Hayes? You know him? I was a bit surprised. Of course, I know him, Olivia said excitedly. He's a business legend in our city. Even my company's boss looks up to him immensely. Really? Grace, how did you meet him? How long did he pursue you? Well, I didn't know how to explain. Never mind, it's not important, Olivia laughed. The important thing is that you're doing well now. But I have to warn you, a man like Marcus probably has a lot of women around him. You need to be careful. I will, I said. After hanging up, I fell into deep thought. Does have a lot of women around him? Even though our marriage was a contractual one, I still didn't want him to betray me during it. What are you thinking about? Marcus had walked up beside me without me noticing. Nothing, I shook my head. A friend called to congratulate us on our marriage. Really? Marcus smiled. Looks like our marriage is well blessed. Mr. Marcus. I hesitated, but decided to ask the question on my mind. Do you have a lot of women around you? Marcus paused, then chuckled. What are you worried about? I just want to know, I said. Since we're married, I believe I have the right to know about your past. Alright, Marcus thought for a moment. It's true that many women want to get close to me, but I've never had a deep relationship with anyone. Why? Haven't met the right one, he said. I'm very cautious about relationships. I don't start them easily, nor do I end them easily. What about us then? I asked. What are we? Marcus looked at me, with an emotion in his eyes that I couldn't decipher. We're husband and wife, he said. Real husband and wife. His words stirred something within me. Real husband and wife? What did he mean? Mr. Marcus. Call me Marcus, he interrupted. We're husband and wife, no need to be so formal. Marcus, I tried calling his name, feeling a bit strange. Good, he smiled. Call me that from now on. In the afternoon, we went snorkeling. The underwater world was beautiful, with fish of various colors swimming among the coral reefs. Marcus was an excellent swimmer, moving as gracefully as a fish in the water. As for me, while I could swim, my technique was average, and I couldn't keep up with his pace. Slow down, I shouted in the water. Marcus swam back and took my hand. Follow me. His hand was large, and gripping mine gave me a strong sense of security. We swam hand in hand in the water, just like a real married couple. In that moment, I suddenly felt that perhaps we truly could become a real married couple. That evening, back in the room, we were both tired. Tomorrow's the last day, Marcus said. What do you want to do? Anything, I said. You can plan it. Then let's watch the sunrise tomorrow, he said. And have breakfast on the beach. Okay. That night, we talked a lot. About work, about aspirations, about life. I discovered Marcus was a very interesting person. He was knowledgeable and sharp-minded, and I always learned a lot from talking to him. Grace, he suddenly called my name. I'm glad I married you, he said seriously. Why? Because you made me realize that marriage might not be as terrifying as I imagined. His words surprised me. You were afraid of marriage before? Yes, Marcus nodded. I've seen too many failed marriages, so I've always been hesitant to try. Then why did you marry me? Perhaps it was an impulse, perhaps fate, he said. But now I feel this decision was the right one. My heart pounded. I think it was the right one too, I whispered. Marcus turned over, and we lay facing each other. Moonlight streamed through the curtains, falling on his face, making him look even more handsome. Grace, he murmured. I want to kiss you. His words startled me. I looked into his eyes, seeing a tenderness I had never witnessed before. May I? He asked. I didn't speak, just nodded gently. He slowly drew closer, then softly kissed my lips. The kiss was light, gentle, like a feather touching my heart. I closed my eyes, feeling his tenderness. This was our first truly meaningful kiss, and a symbol of my fresh start. After returning home, our lives quickly settled into a routine. Marcus was busy every day, often working late. As for me, I started considering his previous suggestion of opening a flower shop. Are you really going to open one? Marcus asked me. I want to try, I said. Anyway, I don't have a job right now. That's good, he was very supportive. Just let me know if you need any help. With his help, I quickly found a good storefront, located on Main Street downtown, with high foot traffic. During the renovation, Marcus often came to check, offering suggestions. This arrangement would be better, he said, pointing to a flower stand. Customers will see it as soon as they walk in. You know a lot, I laughed. I don't know flowers, but I understand business, he said. Any business has common principles. I nodded. That was certainly true. The flower shop was renovated for half a month and finally ready for its grand opening. On opening day, Marcus specifically canceled all his meetings to come and help. You don't have to go to so much trouble, I said. Go take care of your work. It's my wife's flower shop opening today, how could I not be here, he said. Besides, the first day's business is very important. I'm here to support you. Indeed, with Marcus there, the number of customers noticeably increased. Everyone was curious, wanting to see what the legendary Mrs. Marcus was like. Mrs. Marcus, these flowers are beautiful, a customer said. I'd like a bouquet of roses. Certainly, I smiled, wrapping them for her. The business was unexpectedly good that day. It seems the Mrs. Marcus brand is quite effective, I joked. It's not the brand, Marcus said seriously. It's because you're putting your heart into this, and customers can feel it. His words touched me deeply. This was my first time having my own business, and my first time feeling such support. When I was with Daniel, he had never supported me like this. That evening, back home, we had dinner together. Are you tired today? Marcus asked. A little, I said. But very happy. That's good, he smiled. I want you to do what you love. Thank you, I said sincerely. Without you, I wouldn't have achieved my dreams so quickly. We're husband and wife, no need to say thank you. Husband and wife. He said that word many times, and each time it warmed my heart. Although our marriage began suddenly, now I increasingly felt it might be fate's arrangement. Just then, Marcus's phone rang. Is that so? I understand, he said. I'll deal with it tomorrow. After hanging up, he looked at me apologetically. There's an urgent matter at the company. I might have to travel for a few days. It's okay, I said. Work is important. Can you manage by yourself? He asked worriedly. Of course, I can, I laughed. I'm not a child. All right then, I'll leave first thing tomorrow morning and be back the day after tomorrow. Be careful on the road. Marcus left first thing the next morning. I went to the flower shop alone, feeling a bit conflicted. Having grown used to his company, being alone suddenly felt a little unsettling. While I was busy, a familiar figure appeared at the doorway. It was Daniel. He looked even more haggard, unshaven, and his eyes were filled with fatigue. Grace, he walked into the shop. Your flower shop opened? Yes, I replied coolly, continuing my work. It's beautiful, he looked around. You always wanted to open a flower shop, and now you finally have. I didn't respond. Grace, let's talk, Daniel said. I don't think we have anything to talk about, I said without looking up. I know you're still angry with me. Daniel walked up to me. But, I really know I made a mistake. And then? I looked up at him. You made a mistake, so you expect me to forgive you? I can get a divorce. Daniel's voice trembled slightly. I can divorce Chloe, and we can start over. I scoffed. Start over? Daniel, do you think relationships are a game? Start when you want, and when you want? No, Grace, I'm serious. Serious? I put down the flowers I was holding and looked at him intently. Daniel, were you ever serious with Chloe? Were you ever serious with me? Daniel was speechless from my question. Besides, I continued. I'm already married. Do you think I would betray my husband for you? You don't love him, Daniel exclaimed. Grace, you couldn't possibly fall in love with someone so quickly. You only married him out of spite. Whether it's out of spite or not is not for you to decide, I said coldly. Daniel, please leave my flower up, and don't disturb my life anymore. Grace, get out. I raised my voice. Or I'll call security. Daniel looked at me, his eyes filled with pain. But eventually, he turned and left. Watching him go, my heart was a mix of emotions. It would be a lie to say I wasn't sad. After all, it was 7 years of shared history. But some things, once they've happened, can never go back to how they were. The night Marcus returned from his business trip, I told him about Daniel coming to see me. He's still bothering you? Marcus frowned. I already rejected him, I said. I think he won't come again. Grace, Marcus suddenly stood up and walked over to me. You need to understand that you are my wife now. I won't allow anyone to harass you. His words were domineering, but they strangely brought me a sense of peace. I know, I said. Good then, Marcus's expression softened. If something like this happens again, tell me immediately. Okay. That night, Marcus held me as we slept. Although nothing happened, I could feel his concern. Perhaps he truly considered me his wife. What I didn't expect was for Daniel to be so persistent. A week later, in the evening, I was organizing flowers for the next day at the shop when I suddenly heard a commotion outside. I went out and found Daniel sitting drunk at the flower shop's entrance, holding a bottle of liquor. Grace. He saw me, his eyes hazy with intoxication. You finally came out. Daniel, you're drunk, I said. Go home quickly. I'm not drunk, he swayed as he stood up. Grace, I want to ask you a question. What question? Do you really not love me anymore? Daniel looked at me, with a vulnerability in his eyes I had never seen before. 7 years of feelings, just forgotten like that? I looked at the man before me, my emotions complex. It would be a lie to say I didn't feel a pang of sorrow. After all, he was someone I had once deeply loved. But sorrow doesn't equate to forgiveness. Daniel, you're drunk, I said. I'll call a car to take you home. I'm not going home. Daniel suddenly became agitated. Grace, promise me, if you just say you don't love me anymore, I'll never bother you again. I paused. What? Look me in the eyes and tell me you don't love me anymore. Daniel walked up to me. Just say it, and I'll completely give up. I looked into his eyes, but the words wouldn't come out. Didn't I love him anymore? I didn't know. Perhaps there was still a bit of lingering affection, perhaps just habit, perhaps just unwillingness to let go. But whatever it was, it no longer mattered. Daniel, I looked at him deeply. I don't love you anymore. Although there was still pain in my heart, I said it resolutely. Daniel froze, the light in his eyes dimming little by little. Really? His voice trembled slightly. Really, I nodded. From the moment you married Chloe, I stopped loving you. Daniel collapsed to the ground, tears suddenly welling up. I had never seen him cry before. This man who was always so strong in front of me was now crying like a child. I'm sorry, he sobbed. Grace, I'm so sorry. My eyes also welled up. Daniel, go home, I said. Live your life well and don't dwell in the past anymore. Daniel sat on the ground crying for a long time, then slowly stood up. Grace, I'll remember what you said today. He wiped away his tears. I won't bother you again. With that, he turned and left. Watching his retreating figure, my own tears fell. Perhaps this was our ending. I returned to the flower shop and sat there, lost in thought. Just then, Marcus's phone call came through. What are you doing? He asked. Organizing flowers. I tried to make my voice sound normal. It's late. Go home early, he said. I'm waiting for you at home. Okay. After hanging up, I packed my things, ready to go home. As I stepped out of the flower shop, I saw Marcus's car parked by the roadside. He got out of the car and walked towards me. You've been crying? He asked, looking in to my eyes. I instinctively touched my face, surprised he was so perceptive. No, I denied. Grace, he gently embraced me. No matter what happened, I'm here for you. His embrace was warm, making me want to lean on him. Marcus, I whispered in his arms. Am I useless? Why do you say that? Even though the relationship is over, I still feel sad, I said. Am I being unfair to you? Marcus let go of me and looked at me seriously. Grace, you need to remember that emotions aren't like a faucet that you can just turn off, he said. It's normal to feel sad about a past relationship. I don't mind. Really? Really, he smiled. But I hope that from today on, you can truly let go of the past and face the future with me. I looked into his eyes, my heart stirred. Okay, I nodded. I'm willing. Marcus kissed my forehead. Then let's go home. On the way home, I thought a lot. Perhaps, it was time to truly start a new life. Daniel was my past, Marcus was my present and future. I shouldn't let the past affect the present, nor should I let the present pay for the past. Marcus, I suddenly called him. I want to have a baby. Marcus paused, then smiled. All right, he said. Let's go home and work on it. My face flushed a little, but my heart felt sweet. Perhaps, this was the beginning of a new life. 3 months later, my flower shop business was thriving, becoming a well-known shop on Main Street. Marcus often came to help, and though he was busy, he always made time to be with me. Our feelings for each other deepened naturally through our daily interactions. From being a contractual couple at first, to becoming truly husband and wife, the process wasn't long, but it felt very natural. Mrs. Marcus, you have a visitor, Liam, the shop assistant, said. I looked up and saw Chloe. She looked much more haggard than before, and the sparkle she once had in her eyes was gone. Ms. Grace, she walked up to me. Can I talk to you? What about? I asked. About, he. Our voice was small. We got divorced. I paused. When did that happen? Last month, Chloe's eyes welled with tears. I was the one who initiated it. Why? Because I was tired, Chloe said with a bitter smile. For 3 months, he never touched me. Every night he came home drunk, muttering your name. My heart stirred. I hadn't expected Daniel to be like that. I knew he didn't have me in his heart, Chloe continued. Staying together wasn't good for either of us. So, what about you now? I'm going to study abroad, Chloe said. To start over. I nodded. That's probably for the best. Ms. Grace, thank you, Chloe suddenly said. Thank me for what? Thank you for making me understand how painful a marriage without love is, she said. And thank you for teaching me to let go. I looked at the girl, my emotions complex. She hadn't really done anything wrong. The mistake was Daniel's, the man who didn't know how to cherish. Chloe, I said. You're still young. You'll definitely find someone who truly loves you. I hope so, she smiled. Well, I'm leaving. I wish you happiness. After left, I fell into deep thought. Daniel and Chloe divorced. What was he doing now? I shook my head, not wanting to think about it anymore. Those were all in the past and had nothing to do with me. That evening, Marcus came to pick me up from work. "How was your day?" he asked. "It was okay," I said. "Oh, Chloe came by. She said she and Daniel got divorced." Marcus nodded. "I know. You know?" I was a bit surprised. "Daniel came to see me a few days ago," Marcus said. "He asked if I wanted the shares of the Song family company." "What do you mean?" "He wants to transfer all the Song family shares to me and then leave this city," Marcus explained. I was stunned. "He's leaving?" "Yes." Marcus glanced at me. "How do you feel about that?" I thought for a moment. A bit surprised, but also relieved. "Why?" "This way, it's completely over," I said. "We can all start new lives." Marcus smiled. "So you won't miss him?" "No," I said firmly. "I just want to live a good life with you now." "That's good." Marcus took my hand. "Let's go home." Back home, I suddenly remembered something. "Marcus, I have good news for you," I said. "What good news?" "I'm pregnant." Marcus froze, then joyfully picked me up and spun me around. "Really?" he asked excitedly. "Really," I smiled. "I went to the hospital for a checkup today. I'm already 6 weeks along." "That's wonderful." Marcus kissed me. "I'm going to be a dad." Watching his excited face, my heart was overflowing with happiness. This was the life I wanted, being with the man who loved me, having our own child, having our own home. "Mrs. Marcus," Marcus suddenly looked at me seriously. "Thank you." "Thank me for what?" "Thank you for coming into my life and showing me what happiness is," he said. "And thank you for giving me a complete family." My eyes welled up. "Thank you too," I said. "Thank you for appearing when I needed you most and giving me a new life." We smiled at each other, then embraced tightly. Perhaps our beginning was indeed sudden and unusual, but now, we had become a real husband and wife, a real family. That was enough. A year later, our daughter was born. Marcus named her Anna, hoping she would live a peaceful life. Looking at the little angel in my arms, I felt like the happiest person in the world. "Thank you, Mr. Marcus," I said to Marcus. "Thank you, Mrs. Marcus," he replied. We smiled at each other, everything unsaid. Sometimes I wondered, if Daniel hadn't betrayed me, would I still be struggling in that hopeless relationship? But now, I'm grateful that everything happened in the best possible way. Losing led me to Marcus. Perhaps, this is fate. Thank you for watching today's story. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to share your perspectives, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. See you next time.